What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, and we're also going to get into the altcoins. And what I asked yesterday was the 5 coins you wanted to cover today. So we're going to get into Litecoin, ADA, Link, Theta, and Ethereum. But what I want to do first here was start out with Bitcoin. And the reason why I want to do this, I want to look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, because depending on how many legs Bitcoin continues to get to the upside, that's what's going to show us the length of the altcoin cycle. Typically, altcoins peak about a month after Bitcoin, so it's something that we have to be aware of. So if we can get another leg up here, that will show that altcoins still have more time to continue to drive higher in this alt season. So if you get some from these videos, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's dig into this. So this is on blockchaincenter.net. It's something I would definitely have you take a look at here. And what we're looking at is Bitcoin on the log scale. And what you can see is right now, basically, we are at, it's between, is this a bubble territory, and FOMO intensifies. So that's the area we're mixed right between the two here, right at around $63,000. And what I want to do is go through the areas. So the first one down here, and you can see how reliable this chart has been, guys. It does really well at calling bottoms and tops. Now back here, sometimes we can even get overextended to the upside, but you know, once you start seeing price get into that red, that's when you want to start thinking about potentially taking some profits in this space that we're in, guys, because typically when Bitcoin dumps, it's going to dump hard once we end up reaching that top. I don't believe we're there yet. I believe we still could have another leg or two to the upside, but we're getting closer, and that's where we have to have the plan, and we have to study about distribution tops and what's going to take place once we start getting up to those areas. So in blue, what we have here, we have basically a fire sale. The next level is going to be a buy, and then the green is going to be accumulate. Lighter green is going to be still cheap, and then we move into yellow where it's the hodl stage. Then we get up to, is this a bubble? And then it's FOMO intensifies. So we're right between the is it a bubble and FOMO intensifies. After that, once we get up into the red, it's sell, seriously sell, and then it's maximum bubble territory. And you can see last time we got up into that maximum bubble territory. We got to the very top of the red, and then we had our bear market. Back in 2013 there, we got outside of the red, and then we came all the way back down. So these are things that we want to be prepared for. And if we get up into the red here, that shows us around $100,000 to $136,000 right in that range. Okay, so it's always important to take a look at Bitcoin before you do anything with the altcoins. Okay, so that's going to be blockchaincenter.net. What we're going to do next, we're going to click off this, and we're going to get into Ethereum next. Take a look at this, but I hope that helps you guys. I hope it really does. So for Ethereum, we're down about 5.91% today. So we want to keep an eye on this here. So we pushed up yesterday. We wanted to continue to see some continuation. We got up to roughly about $2,500, $2,551. And now today, you can see we almost have a bearish engulfing candle that's taking place. What we're going to have to watch is see how much volume comes in today with this candle and where it closes. We still have plenty of day left, guys. I mean, this candle could completely change by the end of the day, but right now that would be considered a bearish engulfing candle, and we'd have to be aware of the fact that we could potentially go back and test roughly $2,100. Would be the support area I'm looking at. If we don't hold there and we continue to drop lower, it would be back to around 1,959. So that's the downside areas we're going to be looking at. To the upside, we got to get over that 2551 is going to be the overhead resistance. The relative strength index right now is roughly at 65. So we're not too crazy on that. We're not in overbought territory. So anything can happen, guys. I mean, on our way up here, you can have candles that look like this, and then we get another move to the upside. That's just how bull markets work. But we do need to be aware right here and pay attention to these things just so we can strategize. You can see over here, guys, we had a candle, basically almost like a dark cloud cover candle, and then we ended up selling off a little bit more after that. So they can just mark these little sell-offs before we set a higher low, and then potentially get up there to a little bit higher, because in my opinion, I don't think Ethereum's done at $2,500. That's just my take on it. You let me know down low what you think. Do you think Ethereum is going to break that 2,500? Do you see us hitting 5,000 this market cycle, 10,000 this market cycle? I'd love your opinion down low. And also let me know what you think Bitcoin's going to get up to. Are we going to get up to that 100,000, 200,000? I would love to see your guys' thoughts down low. So for Ethereum right now, if we get into the technicals, we are looking at a 5 sell, a 7 neutral, and a 14 buy. Oscillators 4 sell, 6 neutral, and a 1 buy. Moving average is still looking strong because we're up above the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. So that's going to be Ethereum, guys. Really watch those levels. Next one we're going to get into is Litecoin. A lot of people want to take a look at LTC today. So we're down about 4%. Let me zoom out here. So we said our third target area for Litecoin is roughly going to be at 307. That's what I'm paying attention to. Today, kind of like a spinning top candle, but it'd still be a bearish engulfing if we did end up where we are at, because we're looking at the previous day's body. Volume has been a little bit above average here. So we're going to look to hold as support about 271, and then it would be down to around 238. So those are going to be the support areas. To the upside here, we're targeting 307 if we can continue to get that move to the upside. Relative strengths at 66, so nothing crazy, not an overbought territory. We're still at $275, breaking out of this symmetrical triangle here. We just want to see some heavy volume to get us up through some of these higher levels here. If we get into the technicals, we have a 5 sell, a 7 neutral, and a 14 buy for Litecoin. So if you like me covering Litecoin, guys, let me know down low. Let me know you're here for that, and smash that like button if you think Litecoin should be a top 5 coin. Next one we're going to get into, we're going to go into ADA. ADA is at 138 right now. So main thing I'd pay attention to here, guys, is just basically this divergence that you had right here. If we draw this, so this is what we would need to break out of. So you can see how price was kind of rising there, and then our relative strength, we had that negative divergence there. Main thing for ADA here, we're still up above our 20 EMA, we're up above our 50, we're up above our 100 and our 200. So this is just something that I want you to pay attention to as we're looking at that. This has happened many times. We've got a nice little push, then we almost have a bearish engulfing candle. We come back down, nice push again. So as long as we can hold up above, I'd say 106, we're going to be looking in pretty good shape, and then it'd be down to around 98 cents. Now to the upside, the overhead resistance we need to get up above is $1.57 is what we're looking at. If we get into the technicals, we're at a 4 sell, an 8 neutral, and a 14 buy. Oscillators, a 3 sell, 7 neutral, and a 1 buy. And then moving average is still looking strong because we're up above them. And all this is on the 1-day time frame, just so you guys know. But you can take a look here. If we can end up getting a nice little break out of here, things could get very exciting for ADA. All right, but this has already been a heck of a move, guys, so just be aware of that. But you know, this altcoin season, things can get really spicy. So, you know, it can get a little bit out of control, and we just have to be ready to take advantage of those opportunities when we see them. Okay, so you can see on the year, it's up 838% right now. It's pretty interesting to look at all the performance stuff down here too. So that's going to be ADA, guys. Next one we're going to get into, let's take a look at Theta, and then we'll get into Link. Theta's also had an incredible move, guys. You can see the low was all the way back around 3 cents. So to anybody who got Theta at 3 cents, absolutely phenomenal. And I would love for you guys to put down low, what was the cheapest you ever got Theta for? What was your best buy? Because I remember us even covering it back in here when we started to get this rounded bottom, and it was like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and then from there it just kept exploding. But you can see here, we're making a nice strong move again, trying to get up above. Roughly, we'll call it about 1469 is going to be the area. We've wicked up to that, and there's been some profit taking up in here. The relative strength's at 69. So basically, we need a daily candle close up above that previous high, and then it's going to be blue sky breakouts again for Theta. And the nice thing about it, though, is we do have room. With the RSI being at 70, you know, this is a coin that can get up to about 90 sometimes on the relative strength index. So it can get really overextended before you either move sideways or you get one of these little corrections here. And typically for Theta, what I like to do is measure the corrections that you'll end up getting. So roughly, like this one was 45%, guys, and that's what I mean. It doesn't look that crazy when you're looking on a log scale, but these are pretty big moves here. And if you're able to put in those limit buy orders after you've sold a little bit off, and then limit buy orders back at lower levels and catch some of these wicks, you can really start expanding your coins, and that's what can help you. But Theta doing really well in terms of support. What we want to hold is about $10.89 is going to be the area for Theta. If we get into the technicals, we have a 1 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 16 buy. Oscillators very neutral here, a 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. And that's calculating our relative strength, our stock, commodity index channel, average directional index, a bunch of different stuff here. So it's always nice to look at that. But Theta's making a nice move today. We are up, what is about 13% right now. So the next one, and if you're here for Theta, let me know down low. Next one we're going to move into is Link, selling off a little bit today after a nice move. So Link made it up all the way to about 44.72 before we started this sell-off here, and we've been as low as 38.77. So yet again, guys, those limit, sell and buy orders, that's what can really help you in this space. So overhead resistance, we got to get above that 44. Then I'm going to look up to 47, which was the target of the breakout of this backside symmetrical triangle, was right up in this area. We're trading above the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. And then what we want to do is turn this green as we break out through things, and we'll turn this to support. And what you can see here, we're going to have support levels at 35.49. Then it's going to be back around 32.06 is going to be the area. Relative strength at 64, so we're not overbought. Looking good there. The 1 day, we're at 4 sell, 8 neutral, and a 14 buy. Oscillators 3 sell, 7 neutral, and a 1 buy. Moving average is still looking very strong there for Link. So the trend has been up for Link. It's just kind of letting it ride if you're a longer term investor trying to hit some of these higher levels. And this is common, guys. You can see on the way up, get nice moves, get a retracement, a move, retracement. You're always going to have that ebb and flow in the market. Okay, so you're always going to have opportunities. Never chase things in this market. That would be my opinion for y'all. So if you want to help this channel out, guys, we got some addresses in the description box. It's always great. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I love you all. God bless. Take care.